Very general. But what they not letting me get out is that when it happens, because they don't want to get to this part, I guess. When it happens, and then see, they don't want to get. They don't want to get to it. I know. When it happens, then I'm gonna speak up because that's what we gotta do. When it happens, and you're so against it, why are you taking him back? And I don't want to hear bank account. I don't want to hear the sex. I don't hear none of that. My general question is, why are you taking him back? Because once you take him back, that's saying.
Well, there you go. Well, why do y'all take the girl back?
I'd like to hear from Hoyt first because you had your team. There's no crickets. You've been going on. That's it.
Go ahead. You know one thing we're not talking about?
What?
Is the female ego. Like men have egos where you can be like, yo, I took his girl. A woman has an ego a woman has an ego is like, this is my man, he wants me, I got what he can't get anywhere else. So that ego, and I've heard this in conversations, so this is not just me rambling off the cuff, I've heard this, where a woman will take a guy back, not in all cases, but sometimes she'll take a guy back out of the sense of that's hers. And that,
or time invested too.
Time invested, but we don't look at the fact that just like a dude will, do all of this crazy stuff because he believed that that's his girl, and it may not even be a sincere place of love or care. It could just be out of the fact that your arrogance and your ego is like, that's mine, he's gonna stay with me, and you could be going through a lot of crazy stuff. That's a minor thing that we don't really talk about as far as like women go, because we perceive guys as being like the egoic ones and the possessive ones, but a lot of women have that issue too, and I think that's sometimes why the dude that's not about nothing can slide back in there, because just like he has an ego, she has an ego as well, and that's my little.
But my ego is I'm not gonna look stupid for you, so I'm gonna come out on top, and you're gonna go about your business and go with your little hoe on the side, and let me see you guys progress the way that we have over these last 10 years. You're lost.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when and this is not going against that, this is a good question. What happens when them rare times when they do progress?
Then more power to you.
No, wait. And they progress. And they progress. What happens when they progress possibly further than y'all did, and like you have like 10 years or whatever it is, like a time, like you got all these years invested, and then they mess around and say T.I. and 999 you figure
time is gonna pass regardless. I'm not gonna invest more time knowing what I know. I invested this time ignorant to the fact of whatever you were doing, whether it was happening or not. It may not have been happening. These 10 years might have been great. You know what I'm saying? You just stepped out this one time. The one time, or if you've been doing it the whole 10 years. I was with you thinking we were in this together. Now that I know what I know, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about time invested. Like, I get how people can get stuck on this, but you have to have more confidence and know your self-worth to know that you're worth to step away from that. Despite all that time invested, you have a whole lifetime ahead of you, God willing. Go do you. You know what I mean? And I think don't waste your time on what you know has already disrespected you. Don't do it.
So what if there was some stealthing going on?
Stealthing is rape. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that right now. Stealthing is rape. I'm coming out as a woman. I'm coming as a mother of a daughter. I'm coming from a clinical perspective. It's rape. When you don't consent to anything, I don't care. If I don't consent, if I don't consent to being in a certain position, and you flip me over forcefully, I don't care how long. If we've been engaged in a sexual interaction. And I'm trying to make this really wholesome.
Bless you.
For 2 hours. If you immediately say we're doing this, and I say I don't know about that, and you still say we're doing this, it's now rape. Yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm disturbed.
I want to give some context. So where this comes from is a New York article on nypost.com, New York Post.